Ew, tapping in real quick. Something light, nothing major, man. You know what I'm talking about? We just gonna go ahead and chop it up for a few minutes about the prelims as far as parlays are concerned. That's it. That's all. Some of this shit might be a bit redundant to some of y'all who tapped in to the full parlay video for the prelims, main card, whole card, dog plays, haymakers, Hail Marys, and all of that good shit in between. And there may be, a few things sprinkled in here that weren't in that video and aren't already sprinkled all over my community wall for y'all. You know what I'm talking about? So it is what it is, man. Something light, nothing major. Fitting to roll up this gelato pop, this little gelato mixed with triangle kush. Fitting to see what this is smacking for. I've had it before, but not where I've gotten it from this time. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah. While I do that, we gonna do this. You know what I'm talking about? Let's go ahead and dive into it, man. Prelims. If you try and keep it light, man, little two-leggers and all that. Something light, nothing major, not a whole lot of stress, 2 fights to worry about. You know what I'm talking about? Oban and Marcin. Oban and Marcin come together at plus 182 as of right now. You know what I'm talking about? Or, if you like Oban and Marcus. Oban and Marcus come together at plus 154. Now, if you like Oban, but you're unsure about Marcus and you're on the Jonathan side for that plus money number, Oban and Marcus, they come together at plus 154, but Oban and Jonathan, they come together at plus 223. You know what I'm talking about? Marcin and Chris. This is one that I like. This is one that I have something sprinkled on. You know what I'm talking about? Marcin and Chris come together at plus 315. You know what I'm talking about? And, bit of a dog play, I guess you could call it, with the money line where Denise is at. He's a slight dog. Even though there's not a plus money sign there, he is the slight dog. And like minus 111 to Marcin's minus 115 or something when I looked at it. So I guess you could call this a dog play. Denise and Eduardo. 2 legs at plus 333. You know what I'm talking about? 2 Brazilians on the prelims to show up and get the job done. Denise and Eduardo. You know what I'm talking about? And those 2 come together at plus 333. Oban and Damon. Oban and Damon come together at plus 149 as of right now. You know what I'm talking about? And Damon and Eric. If you like Damon and Eric to both play spoiler to both of, the hometown heroes around there. With Jimmy being a Jersey boy up against Damon. And, Chris very much being a NY boy up against Eric. If you like Damon and Eric to play spoiler, you can catch those 2 for just about 2 times your money at plus 170. You know what I'm talking about? Toss another leg in there, make it a bit spicier. 3 legs, Damon, Marcin, and Mickey, if you like them to get it done. Damon, Marcin, and Mickey come at plus 435. Damon, Marcin, Mickey, and Oban, they come together at plus 708. Or if you don't like Oban and you like Bezel, plus money number, boost it a bit. Damon, Marcin, Mickey, and Bezel come together at plus 1248. You know what I'm talking about? Some little dog plays for the prelims. Eduardo and Bezel, 474. We already said Denise and Eduardo at plus 333. Bezel and Ramiz at plus 419. And Denise and Martinez at plus 306. If you like Jonathan, Eric, and Damon, with Jonathan being a slight dog and Jonathan being a slight dog as well. Eric and Damon both being favorites and both playing spoiler to the hometown. They come at plus 1,001. That would be Janata, Jonathan, Eric, and Damon. You know what I'm talking about? And then you could toss in Mickey for plus 1810, or swap out Mickey. Or no, not swap out Mickey. Leave Mickey in there and toss in Oban as well at plus 2785. I messed that one up. This is sticking with favorites and leaving Jonathan Martinez as your one slight dog for the most part. And I guess Denise as well, for what it's worth. You know what I'm talking about? But Jonathan, Eric, and Damon come together at plus 1001. You toss in Mickey, it's 1810. And then you toss in Oban, it's plus 2785. Then you can toss in Eduarda and get spicy for plus 6978. Or swap out Eduarda for Veronica at plus 4544. You know what I'm talking about? That's getting spicy with it though. You know what I mean? Oban, Ramis, Chris, and Marcus. I got something on that, you know. Why wouldn't I? That's plus 2460. You know what I'm talking about? Oban, Mickey, Jim, Chris, and Marcus is plus 2056, and that's swapping Ramis out for Mickey. You know what I'm talking about? Oban, Ramis, Jimmy, Chris, and Marcus is 2460. Oban, Mickey, Jimmy, Chris, and Marcus is 2056. You know what I'm talking about? And, you know, Oban, Chris, Marcus, Mickey, and Damon is plus 1516. You know what I'm talking about? You know, it's all about who you on the side of and how spicy you try and get with this motherfucker on the prelims, man. If you like all favorites, if you like dogs to bark, you know what I mean? Give me Chris, Jimmy, Oban, Mickey, Marcin, and Martinez at plus, that would be plus 50-20. I had the numbers all fucked up. Plus 50-20. You know what I'm talking about? Or you swap out Martinez for McGee at plus 39-31. There it go. Chris, Jimmy, Oban, Mickey, Marcin, and Martinez. Now, this is just if you try and get spicy and sweep the prelims, leaving the females out the motherfucking situation. You know what I'm talking about? Chris, Jimmy, they both dogs. Oban, Mickey, Marcin, they both favorites. And then Martinez is a dog at plus 50-20. Or Chris, Jimmy, they both dogs, hometown. You know what I'm talking about? Oban, Mickey, Marcin, and McGee. So that would leave Chris and Jimmy as your only dogs. And they come together at plus 39-31. You know what I'm talking about? Chris, Jimmy, Janata, Oban, Ramis, and McGee. That's plus 47-66. You know what I mean? Now again, if you like Eric and Damon to play spoiler, and you like Oban as a favorite, you know, you can use Ramis as your one dog at plus 742, and then toss Marcin in there at plus 1474, or swap Marcin out for Denise as another slight dog at plus 1500. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, me, where I'm at with it, you know what I'm talking about? Where I'm most heavily invested into the prelims, you know what I mean? I have my sprinkles, you know, but they are very much so just sprinkles, as all you need to do is put sprinkles on these haymakers and these 7-leg, you know, prelim parlays, especially if you have dogs wrapped up in them. A bit more of a sprinkle if you're going with all favorites, you know what I'm talking about? But you already know how it go, man. You know what I mean? Me, I like Oban and Chris, man. And the fact that Chris is still at the dog tag, those two come at plus 235. You know what I'm talking about? So I have something on that. And then I like Oban, Chris, and Marcus. And they come at plus 464. But I mandatory swapped out Marcus for Martinez, and they came at plus 596. So if Oban and Chris do what they need to do, those two are secure, and then one of those three will be secure, man. You know what I'm talking about? And then I do have something on Eric, Damon, and Mickey, just in case everything goes left, and those three come at plus 369. You know what I mean? It is what it is, though. Something light, nothing major. If this is the only one you tapped into, the full parlay video is up for the prelims, the main card, the whole card, dog plays, haymakers, you know, all favorites, swap outs, all that good shit. And multiple parlays are sprinkled on the community wall. Peace and blessings.